Do you know that Shakti burnt herself alive before coming into union with Shiva? People think that Shiva and Shakti complete each other, but they actually show you the inner work you need to do in order to come into divine union. The first incarnation of Shakti is called Sati. Sati meets Shiva in Mount Kailash. Sati's dad, Daksha, rejects Shiva, so he refuses to accept their union. Then he holds a massive ritual and invites everybody around the world except for Shiva. Sati goes anyway, uninvited, and Shiva lets her go on her own. There she gets humiliated by her dad, who's mocking Shiva, and Shiva is not there to hold her or to protect her. So she ends up losing herself in emotion and burning herself alive in front of everybody to defy her father. This symbolizes the feminine burning herself due to lack of masculine containment and protection. After Sati is dead, Shiva loses it. He goes into pure rage, carrying her body in grief and destroying parts of the world. Then he withdraws completely and goes into deep meditation. This shows that the masculine feels deeply, doesn't know how to hold grief, so he escapes into isolation, transcendence, and numbness. This is a spiritual man archetype, wise, powerful, but completely unavailable. Without Shiva and Shakti, the world goes into chaos. So eventually Shakti reincarnates again into the form of Parvati, but he's still in deep meditation, completely unattached. Even Kama, the god of desire, tries to make Shiva want Parvati by throwing an arrow at him. But when Shiva wakes up, feeling the unnatural pull, he kills him with his third eye. This symbolizes the integrated masculine destroying lust and desire. And then he goes back into deep meditation. But Parvati doesn't lose herself. She goes into tapas, which is discipline, devotion, and self-mastery through meditation and mantras. She builds her inner masculine without him. But Shiva sends many challenges to test her stability, her devotion, and her independence. But she doesn't collapse. He takes action, offers her devotion, and eventually marries her publicly. Sati and Shiva were in a codependent relationship, while Parvati and Shiva were two whole beings coming together. Shiva built her inner feminine through grief and pain. The masculine out of balance, withdraws, avoids responsibility, and hides in higher awareness instead of acting. And Parvati built her inner masculine through devotion and self-containment. So in their healed form, the feminine is open but self-contained, and the masculine is present and grounded but non-avoidant. If you are in your Sati phase, you love people who don't really meet you. You give without boundaries, and you call it spiritual or divine love. If you are in the Shiva unintegrated phase, you feel deeply but stay emotionally unavailable, and you call it freedom or non-attachment. Very few people do the inner work necessary to come into Parvati or integrated Shiva. But to come into divine union, you need to become whole first through devotion and inner work, and then you'll be able to come into a conscious divine union.